believe people play with people intelligence the way they play with people intelligence and intellect. You know, the way they do today. You know, people are telling lies for a living. You know what I mean?
You know what's the to me? Is a who pick who he fight with.
Right.
Like if you see it and you go, oh, I'm not going because this
I won't
him,
but I fuck his mom.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
Tony Yayo just lit a fire that might burn through some of hip-hop's deepest street politics. He came out swinging at Jay Prince. Yeah, that Jay Prince. And now folks are whispering about a possible extortion ring that's been hiding in plain sight. Jay Prince, the boss behind Rap-A-Lot Records and a major shot caller in Houston, tried to pull his usual check-in move on none other than 50 Cent. But instead of falling in line like most, 50 clapped back loud. He didn't just reject it, he put the whole game on blast and dared Jay Prince to respond. What was once just quiet side-eye between Houston's street muscle and G-Unit's raw energy just turned into a full-on collision course. To get why this is so huge, you gotta rewind the tape. Jay Prince isn't just some label exec, he's a whole power structure. The man built Rap-A-Lot Records and kept his grip on Houston streets with straight-up presence. He doesn't need to bark, his name rings bells. In Hometown, if you're an outsider and don't check in, you might leave without your jewelry or not leave at all. Then you got 50 Cent, who's never been the type to bow to anyone. From the moment he came in swinging at Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, and the rest of Murder Incorporated, 50 showed the world he plays by his own rules. G-Unit didn't come up on handshakes and alliances. They came in like a tank. No checking in, no begging for passes, and definitely no paying street taxes. So, when whispers started that 50 might be setting up shop in Houston, people started holding their breath because they knew something serious was coming. And now it's here. If 50 Cent really pulled up in Houston without checking in with Jay Prince, that ain't just bold.
You know what's to me? Is a nigga who pick who he fight with.
Right.
Like if you see it and you go, oh, I'm not going because this
I won't
nigga.
but I fuck his mom.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
You want to fight the nigga you think?
That's a straight-up shot at the throne. And the wild part? He actually did it. What used to be some quiet back and forth suddenly flipped into a real heavyweight standoff. 50 was in New York, clowning the game and running his mouth like always, while Jay Prince stayed low-key in Houston, holding it down like a silent general. They threw some slick jabs from a distance until 50 came through with that bombshell on Twitter. I love New York, but I live in Houston now. I'll explain later. This wasn't no publicity stunt. 50 made that move like a boss with a blueprint. New York's taxes were draining him, and Houston was calling, with low costs, big space, and a buzzing rap scene that's heating up fast. And let's not forget, his Branson cognac was looking for a southern base. And Houston's liquor game? Straight flames. He wasn't just chasing lifestyle, he was planting flags, building power, stacking revenue, and putting his brand right in the heart of the South. But here's where it got messy. He didn't check in. Not a call, not a word, nothing. And Jay Prince? He ain't built to ignore that. Word in the streets is, Jay felt disrespected, like 50 was trying to claim space in a city without showing any love. Allegedly, Jay Prince sent a few folks to remind 50 how things run in Hometown. Some even say he expected 50 to break bread, to pay up for some local protection.
But like I got out there, they showed me a lot of love. But Shreveport had the infrastructure already here. Like even the tax incentive was put back.
Well, yeah. And so a lot of people have been talking about, man, he's here only because they gave him a cheap deal or something like that. The reality is there's more to that deal than that. Way more.
They can't see.
Break that down.
I'm spending $20 million this year anyway in the same building that they're saying was the cheap building.
Right.
So find somebody else to spend 20.
But 50? He don't fold. He doubled down, made it crystal clear. G-Unit ain't no tourist. They move with their own hitters and never pay street tax. That turned the heat all the way up. Word started spreading that Jay Prince might have tried to put a no-fly zone on 50, basically saying, "You're not allowed in my city." That might scare smaller artists. But 50? He's not just another rapper. Man, he flipped the script on Jay Prince like it was his own TV show. He hit Instagram with savage memes, slick one-liners, and little jabs that had the whole internet buzzing. He turned the whole check-in drama into a punchline, letting everyone know he don't answer to nobody. He even dared Jay Prince to come see him in public. But behind the cameras, things started getting sticky. 50 was deep into building a $20 million G-Unit film and TV studio right in Houston. This wasn't just a money move. It was about creating jobs, real opportunities, and putting new energy into the city's entertainment scene. Then, out of nowhere, that whole setup shifted to Shreveport, Louisiana.
Just like that.
Officially, 50 blamed better infrastructure for the switch. But anybody watching closely knew better. The streets in Houston were heating up, and 50 wasn't about to play cat and mouse with shady power moves. He wasn't there to play games. Especially not ones with real-life stakes.
Came to the city of Houston, but he didn't just come here to live. He has been helping out on so many causes in this city. And especially, he has been in our high schools, turning our high school students into entrepreneurs with his Unity Camp program. I've seen him firsthand. This city has been elevated because of his presence. And so today we have the honor of saying to him, he's our 2022 Grand Marshal. Give it up to Curtis 50 Jackson. Woo! Now before I call on him to speak, let me present you first a key to the city of Houston. Anywhere you go, 550 buildings, use the key, the door will swing wide open.
And just when it seemed like Jay Prince might have chased him out, the city itself did a full 180. Houston didn't push him out, they embraced him. In 2022, not long after landing in hometown, 50 didn't just earn some clout, he got honored like a king. Mayor Sylvester Turner stepped up and gave 50 a key to the city, officially declaring November 24th as 50 Cent Day. During the Thanksgiving parade, the crowd went wild. He took the love and gave it right back. Through his G-Unity Foundation, 50 kicked off food drives, handed out toys, dropped big checks at schools. Real community work that made a difference. He didn't just buy property in Houston. He earned respect in the city. And the business hustle? It didn't slow down. He linked up with the Houston Rockets, Texans, and Astros through his Sire Spirits brand, flipping his label into a full-blown city takeover. In 2023, he dropped $850,000 worth of toys on the city. Then in 2024, he raised $500,000 for the Houston Children's Charity, all from auctioning off just 2 huge bottles of his Luc Le Chemin d'Eau champagne. The whole event pulled in a mind-blowing $6 million. While all this was going down, Jay Prince was reportedly sitting back like a king, watching another boss take over his empire. The man who once ruled Houston from behind the curtain was now seeing 50 Cent shine out front, getting love from the city, the fans, and even the mayor. Then Tony Yayo jumped in. And when he talks, it's never filtered.
Maybe we need to change the word for the youngsters. The checking in part, is they seem to get hung up on that word checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected.
Jay Prince built his whole rep off this idea that he's protecting artists who come to Houston. He crowned himself the king of H-Town and set up this fake-friendly system called checking in.
You're stuck on stupid, right?
Yeah.
You're stuck on stupid and you're not using your powers or access to powers that you have. You're looking at it as a negative versus a positive. We all know if you can tap into good people wherever you go.
Wherever, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a blessing, Rick.
Real talk.
In a no-holds-barred Vlad TV interview, Yayo finally spelled it out. The real reason G-Unit never played that check-in game. And he didn't sugarcoat anything. Yayo called it like he saw it. The whole check-in system is just a slick way to line up rappers for extortion. That's it. Plain and raw. You check in, you drop a bag, or you risk getting touched. That's the street code nobody talks about out loud. Jay, Prince made a name as the so-called protector of artists in Houston. But according to Yayo, that protector image came with a price tag. Jay painted himself as the city's silent guardian. And this whole checking in thing? It was really just a smooth way to get in your pockets. Here's how the play supposedly goes. Artists pull up in Houston, and they're expected to tap in with Jay, Prince's crew. Show respect, aka pay up. They'll say it's for your safety, to make sure your jewelry stays on your neck or your show goes off without a hitch. But if you don't check in, that's when the pressure starts. And Yayo didn't stop there. He brought up Pop Smoke's death as a real-life example. A young, rising star gone too soon. According to Yayo, that tragedy was a loud wake-up call. When artists rely too much on street alliances and don't move with real structure, they become easy marks. He laid it all out. Street protection always comes with a cost. And when things go sideways, those same people you paid, they don't always show up. Instead, you're left dealing with the heat and possibly the law. Yayo made one thing real clear. All those mob ties, all that gangster association, that's how you end up with the feds knocking on your door. This isn't the 90s anymore. It's a new era,